I used to be vegan. I fell for that agenda. I thought meat and dairy was bad.
Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. Big thanks to my wife and partner in this channel, Angie, for suggesting that I check out this video from someone I've never heard of before. His name is Ramese Sanders. And one reason why I've never heard of Ramese before is that he doesn't have a big following on YouTube. And this is great proof here, me responding to him that against the accusation that I only go after big people like Joe Rogan or chase things that are getting me a ton of views. No, I don't care if someone's saying some stupid crap about why veganism sucks, why they're no longer vegan. I'm gonna have a look and respond. So as always, when responding to these "well, I'm no longer vegan" videos, I'm looking for two things. First and foremost, I'm trying to figure out if they were ever vegan in the first place, and a lot of how they present why they're no longer vegan is very revealing. And secondly, I want to see if there was some kind of absolute compelling reason why the person couldn't eat a diet of just plants and fungi, they're gonna die or something like that. So anyway, let's jump right in.
I'm no longer vegan. Here's why. Whenever they do studies on meat like this, like red meat, and they say it's bad for you, they're doing those studies on red meat from like McDonald's or Pizza Hut. Very processed red meat.
Alright, so already his video's off to a horrible start as far as him having ever been vegan. So the reason why he quit being vegan, and let's just refresh ourselves what the definition of veganism is. It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. It's not a health movement or environmental thing or a woo-woo thing or anything like that. It's purely for the animals, not yourself. It's for animals. Alright, so I already kind of forgot. Why'd you say you stopped being vegan though?
Here's why. Whenever they do studies on meat like this, like red meat, and they say it's bad for you, they're doing those studies on red meat from like McDonald's or Pizza Hut. Very processed red meat.
Comment down below if I'm misunderstanding anything here, but the reason why he said he's no longer vegan, remember, veganism is a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. So the whole reason you left that is because the science done on meat was done on meat from Pizza Hut and McDonald's? That makes absolutely no effing sense. Well, it actually makes a hell of a lot of sense on second thought if you don't include animal cruelty and exploitation, the two most essential features about veganism, in your definition of veganism.
They always do the studies on bullcrap meat and animal foods. So I decided to give meat a fair shot.
Well, if you're able to flip your morality switch 180 degrees like that, it's completely obvious to me that you didn't have a morality switch to begin with. You're never vegan, you're doing a plant-based diet. And I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way. I'm just trying to be absolutely clear what's going on here, because no vegan in their right mind would say, you know, I'm going to give meat a fair shot because all the studies done on meat were done on McDonald's and Pizza Hut meat.
Consume high quality grass-fed, grass-finished meat from regenerative farms that are doing it the right way. You see how my body feels. Ever since I started eating high quality meat, I feel amazing.
Well, yeah, that's just an anecdotal story. I've been eating a pretty much whole food plant-based diet for 14 plus years and I feel amazing too.
My health has improved.
Yeah, my health's improved too, which is crazy because I'm 57 and I have better blood labs now than I did when I was in my 30s. Check out my blood labs playlist up here.
I can't say the same when I was eating meat from fast food restaurants where they don't care for the quality of it.
So listen to his own words here in his own videos. I'm not taking him out of context or anything like that. It's plainly obvious he was never vegan. He's making judgments not based on morality or ethics or anything of the sort. It's based on like health, perceived how he feels. Does he feel better or worse after eating a certain food? And that's how he makes his decision to go and do what he's doing. And for the hell of it, I thought I'd look up to see if he was correct in his claim that all the studies done on meat were done on crap McDonald's and Pizza Hut meat and something like that. Well, I really couldn't find studies done on grass-fed beef, but there's a flip side to that. Because he's claiming that his magical, special, grass-fed, regenerative beef is somehow special and healthy, and there's actually no science to support that. When determining what's the general scientific consensus, I stay far away from vegan activist sites. I look for really boring, safe sites like WebMD, and they have this very article titled "Grass-Fed Beef and Grain-Fed Beef. Is it good for you?" And the article clearly states that there does not exist a single study that proves that grass-fed beef is healthier for you. It says, yeah, it might be a little better in the sense it has a little less fat, a few less calories, and does better as far as omega-3 versus omega-6 fatty acids. And grass-fed, grain-fed, or organic beef is far from risk-free. You still have risk for colon cancer, parasite infection, bacterial infection, and iron overload. But why make just one "why I'm no longer vegan" video when you can make two? Yeah, he has a second one on his channel.
A lot of people who are vegan say they feel better when they don't eat meat anymore or they don't eat dairy anymore. But most of them have never even had high quality meat or dairy. They're used to eating McDonald's burgers and ice cream from McDonald's.
Like, what's this thing with McDonald's? He's like totally obsessed with it. But anyway, did you ever stop to think when you assert that, us vegans say that we feel better eating a vegan diet? Well, a lot of that has to do with ethics. We feel better psychologically, spiritually, however you want to put it, because we're not participating in animal cruelty and exploitation. We're not paying for animal agriculture companies to breed animals into existence, to keep them in captivity and exploitation for their shortened lives, only to have it abruptly ended in a slaughterhouse. And even your precious magical grass-fed beef, free range and all that stuff, they still end up in slaughterhouses too. There's no ethical way to kill a sentient being that doesn't want to die to be your next meal. So that has a lot to do why we feel better. And as I said earlier, I do feel physically and mentally great too. So yeah, it's a win-win-win. Physical, mental, and ethical.
If you eat high quality meat and dairy and high quality animal products in general, and then you say you feel bad on it, that's fair. But most of these vegans haven't even given it a shot.
Again, this just clearly shows you don't understand what veganism is. It's not some kind of dietary journey and experiment to see what feels better. You eat some new way and compare it to another way and you just go with that. No, it's a diet grounded in ethics and morality. It just so happens that vegan diets are not nutritionally deficient. Don't take my opinion. I'm just not some dude like him off the internet. Well, I am, but don't take my opinion, because my opinion reflects those of health professionals, organizations of health professionals from around the world who have determined, after reviewing the science, that well-planned plant-based and vegan diets are nutritionally adequate for all people.
I used to be vegan. I fell for that agenda. I thought meat and dairy was bad.
No, you were not vegan. That's not what veganism is. Veganism isn't a stance that says meat and dairy are bad. It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. But in all fairness, I kind of understand where he's coming from. There is a general body of science out there that shows that meat and dairy aren't the best things for people to eat. And vegans will often mention this evidence-based information to others, but again, that's not what veganism is about. It's not about yourself, it's not about your health, even though it can be healthy if you do it right. It's about animals.
And homogenized and ultra pasteurized with added ingredients. So give it a shot first, see how that does on your body, and then make a judgment.
No, that's not going to happen. I don't consider animal products to be food. They're not necessary. I don't need to have animals exploited and slaughtered in order for me to live. So why would I just throw my ethics out the window just for some dumb experiment and see what happens? Well, I'll tell you, the reason why I'm not going to do that, and the reason why you did, is because I'm vegan. I have been vegan for 14 and a half years, and you were never vegan. You're on a plant-based journey. And I said, that's cool. I'm not like speaking bad of people on plant-based diets, but I am speaking out against people who are on plant-based diets and claim they were vegan to make these "Why I'm No Longer Vegan" videos, when it's completely obvious to anyone that watches the first 5 seconds of your "Why I'm No Longer Vegan" video, it's completely plainly obvious that you were never vegan. And I poked around on his YouTube channel and I found a few things that were quite amusing. I always hear people complain to me about how you vegans should stop going out in public and messing with people. Well, that's exactly what this guy does.
I'm gonna have to put this back, sir.
Just put it right there.
Sir, you...
Fuck with me. I ain't doing no YouTube bullshit.
Sir, this isn't good for you, man. This isn't good for you, sir. I'm putting this back, sir.
If you weren't sure what you saw there, he goes to Walmart, finds people with food that he deems unhealthy, takes it out of their cart, bitches at them, and runs off with it. And here he's doing my favorite stereotypical shirtless influencer bit here, saying that conventional sunscreen causes cancer and taking supplements is useless. And it gets even weirder. I just wanted to show you a small subset of what's going on with his message to the world here about what to eat and what not to eat. So back to my original point of making this video. Number one, was this person ever vegan? Hell no. Number two, was there some absolute compelling reason why this person had to stop eating plants because they're gonna die or get sick or something like that? Again, absolutely not. It was just, he was on some kind of health journey and just liked experimenting. And who knows? It's so weird how many of these "Well, I'm no longer vegan" people just strangely suddenly switch to promoting the virtues of grass-fed beef, regenerative farming. It makes me wonder, is there some kind of industry connection paying these people to spread their message? I mean, yeah, I've been under the payroll of Big Broccoli now for 7 years. I make a seven-figure salary from them to spread this message of plant-based diets. No, just kidding. I don't get a penny from anything like that. Anyway, guys, leave your questions and comments down below. What'd you think of this "Why I'm No Longer Vegan" video? Were you compelled by any of his arguments? I really doubt it. And if you thought everything I said was wrong and everything he said was true, even though it wasn't, please come to my Friday live streams, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Be civil and we can maybe have a polite conversation. So until then, guys, remember, stay subscribed, hit the notification bell to get all the 7 vegan meals videos that Angie makes, and I'll see you Friday. Remember, don't just like being vegan.